Pollyanna, it's not excruciating cold. It's 9 degrees, it's 8 degrees, it's 10 degrees, it's 11 degrees. For a summer, that's cold. Summers are supposed to be warm all around. So let's acknowledge the viewer or viewers that have been posting comments, hateful comments, a lot of comments proving my point about how cold it is here. But let's address what I feel is the most important part of it. There are, in fact, half a dozen people commenting. Wonderful. Different people are coming in. However, if there is one person using multiple accounts, not only do I feel sorry for the person, I feel really sorry for them actually, but I also feel like then I have nothing to worry about because the hatred is not as bad because it's just a one person. Even if it is the half a dozen people commenting negatively, that's just half a dozen people, right? That's not too many. So I've been getting a lot of very angry comments, but they were proving my point because I'm talking about how cold it is here in the summer. And I'm not complaining that it's cold. I mean, I accept it. I've accepted it years ago when I moved here. What I cannot deal with are people trying to gaslight me, telling me that it isn't cold, telling me that there are more than a couple of weeks worth of summer, that the temperature is like, there was somebody that commented, it's between 2 and 28 degrees average. That is not true. The average is like 15, maybe lower. So, problem is with the honesty that goes into portraying your country, right? And then there was somebody that commented, I think it was yesterday. Again, I don't know if that's a genuine person, a new person that found the channel, or if it's one of the commenters from before using a different account, because that could be true too. Like I said, I've been online for many years. That's a possibility. And they said, why should visitors to Norway, why don't they have maps? And they mentioned Canada. Let's talk about Canada, shall we? One of my closest friends in the world lives in Canada. And I know Canadians who are also friends of mine who live there, who have lived there. I know at least a dozen people, if not more, if I count everyone. I've known tons of people, if I count everybody that I have met from Canada, who has lived in Canada, who has a connection with Canada, who's Canadian. They will tell you it is boiling in the summer. It is hot. People complain that it's too hot. And by hot, I mean in the mid 30s, 40s. I'm talking about Celsius here. So let's just not use Canada as an example, right? Because somebody posted, I think it was yesterday, how Canada is colder in the winter maybe, but in the summer, baby, they have a summer. They have a hot summer. Norway doesn't. Norway has other things. Let's talk about the aurora borealis. Norway has that. Let's talk about the beautiful scenery. Let's talk about the fjords. Norway is a beautiful country. It is a rich country. And my specific problems are because I'm a person of color living here. like some of the hateful commenters or commenter, because it could have been just one person, right, with multiple accounts. There are people who don't want me here for being black, for being from a different culture. So it's hard for me to live here, but let us just say that you're Norwegian passing, physically, you won't have the same type of problems that I do. So, with that being said, the traction is good for my channel. So whoever is commenting negatively, you're boosting the algorithm. You're giving my channel more views. You're pushing it further and making it more relevant. So thank you. I'm gonna walk to my favorite artificial beach in the world. Hopefully it won't start raining before I get there. I walk as fast as I possibly can because I want to burn calories. I'm just enjoying my last couple of days of freedom. We are slaves to our jobs, to our routine. So having a vacation, and by vacation I don't mean like traveling somewhere, but having the time off is very important for you to recharge your batteries, for you to be ready, especially if you're a teacher, if you work at a school. It is really tough. You're basically helping raise other people's children. And it does take a village, doesn't it? So I want to make something very clear. I know that there are people watching the channel, there are people commenting, but I also know there is a possibility that somebody might be using multiple accounts because they didn't like something I said to them, or because they're racist, or for multiple reasons. Incels, trolls, those are not people who know how to handle. They don't know how to handle somebody like me. I want to make it extremely clear. I'm not being fooled by these people. Just because I respond because I give them the benefit of the doubt. Maybe it's a troll using multiple accounts, but maybe it's a genuine person, who knows? So I respond, but I know that there is a possibility there's one hateful person there, or one butthurt person that didn't like something I said. I'm married. I'm not out here trying to get a date or anything. But some people feel entitled to the attention of a woman. And that's really scary. Really scary. So I'm going for a walk. I'm going to the beach. I'm going to the beach. This walk is also good for exercise because when you walk, you burn a lot of calories. It's good for you. That's why I didn't take the bus. That's why I'm walking. And then I'm going to go in the water. I love walking in the water, the resist gives you a workout of its own. I don't know if I want to swim. I'm wearing like a competition swimsuit, so I don't know if I want it in the water for too long. Competition swimsuits, they're very glittery. They have sequins. They're not made for you to be in the water. They're made for bodybuilding competitions or pageants. You just wear them on the stage, right? So I'm wearing one of those. But I'm going in the water. So I don't know if I'm going to totally swim, but I'm going to walk all the way there. It's about 2 or 3 kilometers, give or take. In the route I take. I like to take a route where I can walk the most. This is a very pleasant neighborhood. Most people in this neighborhood are really nice. There are racist people everywhere in the world, even in Brazil. So that's something I cannot escape. You can't escape that. You can't escape that as a person of color. There will be racism. The biggest difference is in Brazil, I have an apartment there. I was born there. Yes, I grew up in the United States and I traveled and lived in New Zealand and Australia. I've been living in Norway for 25 years. But nobody can tell me I don't belong in my own country where I hold a passport from that country. I have a residency permit. I'm fully legal here. I have a residency permit that also allows me whoever is watching, type something in chat. It's funny when I see there's somebody in there and won't type anything. What I do as a woman when I'm walking alone somewhere, I have 2 phones. One of the phones, I have the police on speed dial, just in case. And have my location turned on so my family can always find me where I am. I don't know, I watch a lot of true crime. You don't want to give the bad guys an easier time than they need. You become a little paranoid when you watch a lot of true crime because you see how people disappear, how they're usually alone somewhere, especially women. I wish YouTube would keep giving me my subscribers instead of taking them away, because I actually heard of other people complaining, smaller creators, right, that for every 5 subscribers they get, they lose 4 out of nowhere. And it is kind of starting to drizzle, I think. Shit. is so depressing. So depressing. So depressing. I have an umbrella though, so I guess I'll just use this time to walk for the exercise and kind of burn some calories. I think out of the 25 years I've lived here, this is the most depressing summer I've ever had. Perhaps the very first summer, that was really depressing too. So it's a tough competition there. That first summer was depressing, was disappointing because you come to this country having heard that it's cold in the winter, but it's really hot in the summer. And then you encounter a summer where it's always cold. And yes, we know where Norway is located on the map. We know that. Don't be using Canada as an excuse to give me baloney about how cold it is here, because Canada has a hot summer. They have a very cold winter, but they've got a hot summer to make up for it. To make up for it. Norway does not. Can't believe it's drizzling. I should have let her. I really should have. And by should have, I mean should apostrophe VE, a contraction of should and have. I don't understand why people write should of. It makes zero sense to me. Now, as a teenager, I was convinced, oh, maybe this is right. And then I talked to teachers and academics, and they told me, no, this is wrong. The same academics, as in people that work with English, with languages in general, they'll tell you, for example, a lot of people say often, they pronounce that T, but the academic pronunciation is often. Of course, it is widely accepted now to pronounce that T because so many people have been pronouncing it. Just like the word irregardless, I absolutely despise that word. It doesn't exist. It only exists because ignorant people kept pronouncing it that way, saying it. The word regardless, REGARDLESS, regardless. But a few ignorant people start saying irregardless, and enough of them say it, that now it is in the dictionary. But they do, I think some dictionaries will tell you that it's not academically the best option you can use, which is good. It's good that they say that. I miss my mom so much. Oh, every day I wake up and I'm losing my mom. It's probably one of the hardest moments of my life. Losing my mom. The moment I lost her, the past year without her. A year and 4 months since she's been gone. She knew everything about me. We had a history My mom, my dad, and I had a history that we didn't even share with my brother, because my brother was born after I was 10 years old, so my brother didn't really participate. I really, really miss my mom. I feel like it stopped drizzling, but I'm just gonna keep carrying the umbrella just in case it starts drizzling again. How depressing is it? It's so cold right now. I think it was 8 degrees when I left the house. Hello. I wonder if the people that come in and out all the time, if they're stalkers or if they're genuine viewers who love my content. YouTube is probably going to roll out a feature where when people enter your channel, their name will show up, like Justin TV had it, and Von Live TV has it, Blog TV had it, Stickam had it, all sorts of other live broadcasting systems that I use in the past, platforms that I use in the past, they all had it. Maybe YouTube should also have it. Who knows? I'm about to hit 2 kilometers on this walk. Well, I've been walking for more than 2 kilometers, but I turned on the tracker fast enough. I forgot to turn it on as soon as I left the house.
Duration 26 minutes, 7 seconds. Pace 12 minutes, 2 seconds per kilometer.
This is depressing. This is not a good, nice and hot summer. When you keep begging for the sun to come out of the cloud and it just won't. It'll show up for a few seconds and then hide again behind the clouds, making everything so cold. This is just so depressing. Into the water. I hate that man is still just here. I was gonna sit. The beach is a public place. He has every right to be here just as I do. It's just gonna be a bit uncomfortable for me to lay my towel over there. And he's sitting directly. Okay, change of plans. I'm just gonna put my towel on this side. He's standing exactly where I was gonna. I'm not gonna lie down there with him standing there. So, oh dear, mud fucking Christ, so cold. want to go in the water as soon as I got here. Otherwise my body is gonna get cold. I'm gonna keep walking. I'll put my towel on this side. Motherfuck, that's where I wanted to sit. Okay. This here is as good a place as any. I never had pictures taken this side, so I'm just gonna be here instead. But I think for my safety, I should always be very careful. Who's around, what they're doing. I like lying down over there because I'm not so exposed. Because people are judgmental and they're very judgmental. So let me see. I'm gonna wait until I'm completely alone. And then I'm gonna find myself a place to lie down. I have to keep walking, otherwise I'm just gonna freeze. I'm gonna freeze. I was supposed to go in the water as soon as I got here. I didn't. Now it's gonna be freezing. Yeah. God, it's fucking raining so much. It wasn't this bad when I got here. Just wait for that man to go away. I am gonna take my pictures. I am gonna make my videos. And then I'm gonna leave. And I'm gonna be here where I'm not so exposed. Just like I always do. This is a better place for me to be. So I'm not so exposed. I don't get attacked